you fam, Billy Goat Tales, I love it here. Billy Goat Tales, the fam is here. Give us can, give us can, give us can, give us can. We love you fam. We are Billy Goat Tales. We love you fam. Hashtag givers can. We love you fam. Hashtag givers can.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Billy Goat Tales. Thank you for joining us on this fine Sunday afternoon. At least I hope it's fine wherever you are. It's pretty nice right here in good old South Carolina. We got a great show. Stay tuned. We're going to get into some really good stuff today. We're going to our lead story, Stacks. What's going on with Stacks? Everybody is thinking they got an altcoin, at least one this season, right? They got at least one they're going to be keeping their eyes on. But a lot of us got burnt with those altcoins, but we still got our eyeball on at least one. So we're going to be talking about Stacks. Also, New York Stock Exchange's parent company buys OKX Exchange. Jumping in the crypto. Love it. We got so many adoption stories that we are going to be going into with you, just showing you the progress of cryptocurrency right here on Billy Goat Tales. But before we get into all these cool stories, including Bank Japan, by the way, we're going to go around the horn. We're going to say hello to the team. What is going on, Jimmy Jim? Good to see you, my friend.
What is going on, Billy? Another wonderful rainy day here in Southeast Texas.
You know, I was here in Texas last week, right? It was cool. Or was it the week before? Man, time's just flying. But I didn't send you some of those pictures, Jimmy. I got to send you guys some of those pictures. It's pretty cool.
Oh, Billy.
Awesome. What's going on, Red Man? Good to see you.
Hey, Billy. Hey, Billy Goat Tales family out there. I see the chat is live right now. Wow. Anyways, thankful for another day, and I promise. Back over to you, Billy.
Yep. And we have Dave Digital in the house. What's going on, Dave Digital? And you are muted, just so you know.
No, anyway, hey, what's going on, Billy Goat Tales? Hey, just hanging out here on the weekend. Had some good trading last week. Had one day that was a little bit down, but mostly overall everything was good. Still in the profit, which is good for me. And so didn't trade the weekend. Just a little bit. Just wasn't my thing. Not enough action. So we're looking forward to Monday to see what Bitcoin does. Where are we headed? Are we headed to 80K, guys? Or are we headed back down? We'll have to find out. Only the week will tell us.
Yeah, man. I think that was my Discord alarm. And we have DDT in the house, our resident chart expert. What's going on, DDT?
Yeah, all good. Always blessed, never stressed. Family weekend, as is usually the case. Had my parents visit, but yeah. So chilled weekend, luckily. Not too much happening on price. But yeah, kind of given everything else kind of going on in the world, we could get some volatility over the next few days again.
Yeah, of course. We'll get into the charts. Good to see you. Let's say hello to chat. We got Mike Vollmer, Mod King. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you. Of course, our staff here, Red Man, Jesse, good luck. Good to see you, Jesse. He is always holding us down. We appreciate you. And Stardogs NFT. What's up, family? Good to see you, Dylan and Darcy. And we got Dave. Who else we got? We got Crypto Crabman. Whoa, Crabman. Good to see you, man. Frankie Candles, Crypto Crabman. Good to see him. Let's see who else we have. Curtis Hill. Always good evening, Curtis. Always holding us down as well. Dark Crash is in here. Dave, Jimmy. Let's see. I feel sound like Frankie now. Let's see.
Junior's in there.
Junior, JR. You got me. The AI loves to say Junior. JR's in the house. Of course, Biomex is in here. Great to see. Tony was just on our meeting, and Tony, hey, I totally forgot you were dropping out for the live stream. So sorry about that, brother. And we're right now at 20 people between X and YouTube. So that's really cool. But let's get right into it. We're going to hit the crypto bubbles. Redman, are you ready for the bubbles?
Let's go.
We love you,
All right, so top 100 crypto bubbles. So now hourly, it's a little red out there. Mixed bag, red and green. Stable's down 5%, 5.9%. It's down 3 spots, number 79. $547 million market cap, nothing to cough at. Stable, 2 cents a token. It is up 34% for the month, though, but it looks like it's coming back down. We'll see what happens. World Liberty Fi is down 1.2% on the hourly. Not a big deal. Up 3.4% on the daily. It's up 1 spot to number 33. $2.74 billion market cap. 9 cents gets you 1 token. All right, let's move on. Oh, there's zero. We talked about that, last week, Billy, right? Last week, the week before?
Yeah,
It's down almost 1% hourly. Still sitting at 92, $400 million market cap. $1.97 gets you 1 layer 0 token. Let's go on to the daily.
I own that, by the way.
Yeah. A lot of upside to that token. We like it. Let's go with Morpho. Morpho still kicking butt. All right. Good for the Morpho people. It's up 23% for the year. It looks like it's turning it around here now. I guess people are getting back into DeFi. It's up 85 spots, number 56. $1.05 billion market cap. $1.91 gets you 1 Morpho token. That is on the base network. Hype still hyping it up. Tau still towing it up, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, Tau is up, sitting at rank 41. It's up not even 1% hourly, 3.2% the daily, but it's still down 34.4% for the year. Still a great project. $1.77 billion market cap, $184 gets you 1 Tau token. Good future for that one. Kite, I think you said Lifer told you about this, right, Billy?
Yeah, he's been on it for a while now. Did really well on it. I think he traded it.
It's up 100% for the month. So congratulations to Lifer, whoever else got in that. It's up 45 spots, number 80. $546 million market cap. 30 cents gets you 1 Kite token. Kite. All right. Pi is down 10%. Pi is down 84.9% for the year. Good luck. Good riddance. The Pi token going to 0. Down 29 spots to number 40. $2 billion market cap still. Still pretty sizable for Pi. Sitting at 20 cents per token. And still down 85%, people. Nothing to get excited about. Let's go on to the weekly. The weekly OKB. Wow. OKB. Man, 30%. It's up 30% for the week. It's up 121% for the year. My goodness. But it's down 2 spots in the ranking at 39. $2 billion market cap. $97 get you 1 OKB. That's like cut in half from the all-time high, right? 225 almost. A little more so. Let's go on to the monthly. The monthly. Yeah, pretty much the same as last week. Pippin got a little resurgence, but it looks like it's retraced a little bit. It's still up 1,500% for the year. Congratulations to the Pippin people. The Pippin people are pimping right now. So let's go on. What else do we have for the year? I think it's just the same as last week. Yeah, the year. But I always love looking at Zcash because it's such a good project and I love it. It's up 511% for the year. It's up 81 spots, number 28, $3.33 billion market cap, $200 gives you 1 Zcash token. If you like privacy, we like you. Back over to you, Billy.
Yeah, man. That's amazing, Zcash. I didn't get a piece of that. Amy Lives Crypto's in the house. Good to see you, Amy. It's been a while. Hope everything is going great for you and your family, your ever-expanding family, which is great.
You're always welcome here. So if you want to turn on the camera and we'll send you a link anytime, even right now.
Even right now.
We miss you, Amy.
Yeah, we do miss Amy. She's good. Such a good person. Perfectly aligns with Billy Goattails for sure. Let's get right into the coin market cap.
You ready, Billy?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got it pulled up.
We love you,
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful, beautiful, Dave. Excellent job. What I always like to look at, as you guys know, is that fear and greed, which is at 19, way up from the 5, right? We were at got all the way down to the 5, and I always like to look at the market cap, which we're at $2.3 trillion right now, which is absolutely baffling to me. It's so low for all this money, which is going to be on just a quick plug on our X Space on Tuesday. We're going to be talking a little bit about these Bitcoin predictions because it's all over the board, right? You have people predicting it going to hit 55,000 this year, and then you have a whole nother set of people predicting it's going to hit 155,000 this year. So it's kind of interesting. Most of the OGs, we follow like Jimmy said on our X Space. Like, man, are we still talking about this? Like, it's going to keep going. We're in a bear market. It's probably most likely going to keep going down. Is not financial advice, just historical data would show that. Not to overstate what Red said, Bitcoin 66.9 right now. Ethereum 1950. Jimmy, getting close to that $1,800 level, which I do have. I do have a buy order that I forgot about, and I looked at that it's still there at 1,800. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Man, I sound like Frankie. XRP, excuse me, BNB, $617 in the $600 range. XRP $1.34. Guess what USDC is, Dave?
I'm guessing right around $1.
Yep, you got it. Man, you're so good. Solana, $82.13 Solana. All right, boys.
I bought some.
Yeah, like we can probably get into this today if we have time, but maybe we'll have DDT pull up the Solana chart and take a look at that. There's some people waiting for it to get down into the 40 range, and I don't know if it's going to. It certainly could. It's possible.
Definitely good.
It's possible. But man, that's
Probably won't stay there long.
yeah, it wouldn't stay there long.
A
And then
wick
look at
down
this.
there would make sense. Some sort of
I'm-
black swan, a little bit of wick, both of them take a little dip, and then bang, let's go.
Yep.
We still have to wait a while till October.
Tron, 29 cents. Dogecoin. There we go, Dave. 8 cents, almost 9 cents. It's pretty remarkable that it's been holding up in this bear market around that price point. To me, it's Dogecoin. There's nothing behind. I mean, it's like, wow, I cannot believe that. So
It's worth more than Ford.
yeah. At 7 cents or 8 cents, it's worth more than Ford Motor
I'm
Company.
not sure if it still is, but I know it was. I'm not sure if it. I
You
haven't
should
looked.
check
in a
that
long
out.
time.
I remember you pulling that up, and it was
let me look.
the valuation was more than Ford Motor Company, and it's Dogecoin. And Cardano, my baby Cardano, all the way down to 25 cents. 24 is a buy for me, just so everybody knows. 24 cents a buy for me, Cardano. So we're getting close. And then Hyperliquid, which we have Andy Armad loving some Hyperliquid. She feels like this is going to be a mover once we come out of the bear, and she's doing a lot of research on Hyperliquid, and she's pretty good at picking some winners here as far as for her own investment thesis, not for everybody else's, but for her own. So, and then that's it. That's pretty much the top 10. I did want to take a look at one other thing here while we're on coin market cap, and before we go to the prediction markets, because the most visited. So
It
who's the
looks
most?
like, Billy, that Doge is half as much as Ford now,
So it cut in half. Okay.
but it's still $25 billion market cap.
So and it got over. It was value. Its valuation was more than Ford at one time, and it came.
It was
down
over
a little
nine. It
bit.
was over 90 at one time, is what this
Yeah.
is saying. Now I'm just looking at Grok right now. So Grok has been hallucinating lately. So I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just what I'm seeing off of Grok right now.
Yeah, we always got to be careful. So check this out, guys. Most visited Pi, because Bitcoin's number one pretty much all the time. Pi is number two. That Black DAG is number three. XRP's number four. Ethereum 5, Solana 6, Pax Gold, which that's at $5,171, which that's the price of gold. War, there's a new one. I've
What
never
is
heard of
this?
it. Pax Gold.
What is this list?
This is most visited sites.
Oh,
So
okay.
most visited. So it's interesting who's in the top 10, right? That's what
Yeah.
I always look at. And Dogecoin is capping it off at number 10. Cardano's number 9. War is number 8. And you're going to look right after that. Pepe's 11.
Wait a second. Did you say Pi is number 2, but its price is down 85%?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because if it is, that's probably why, right? People are figuring out what's going on with it. What's going on with it? And they go
No,
to
that we just all set up bots on our phones that would just go to the website and start the miner because you have to go there and start the miner. So that's what we
here,
did.
man.
We
Anything's
set up
possible.
bots to do that a long time
Bot
ago.
farming,
Yeah.
cell
Yeah.
phone bot farming stations.
Yeah, that's what I did and that was a long time ago before AI.
Oh, Telegram bot?
No, it wasn't even that. It was just an actual app. It was a bot app that was built to be a bot that would just do that for me. I think it was a macro bot that you could get your whatever you could do on your phone. It would follow those same steps and do it for you.
Somebody trying to jump in? I heard it.
Let's go.
No, that's Tony in the background.
Let's
Come
say
on
French
up.
toaster. Green Day's in the house. French toaster. The best toasters are French toasters. We all know that. What's Curtis saying? Dave, it's funny you say that AI today won't do things it was doing yesterday, making me mad. Okay. And Green Day, good to see you. Our Fantasy League crypto commissioner is in the house with us. Good to see you, Green Day. We appreciate you. All right. We'll keep this show moving, man. Let's
Yeah,
go
we don't want to
over-
start hallucinating like Curtis's AI over there. So let's keep going. Let's look
Let's
at the
go.
prediction market.
Yep.
We love you,
All righty, let's take a look, see what is going on. So we got the Fed decision. Looks like it's locked in. Maintain the rate for March on March 18th, 97%. We had another one, Fed's rate after, or the Fed funds rate after March 2026.
Do you
That'll
think
get,
there's
that,
Fed employees betting on that?
I'm sure, but there's no rules against it at this point, or at least a count sheet. So 97%, it'll be above 3.5. What's going to happen in April? Fed maintains rate again, 84%. See, is there anything else? Billy was wondering, will Bitcoin hit 150K? Doesn't look likely before June or May.
Oh,
Will Bitcoin be above 200K by 2027? Doesn't look likely.
oh no.
How high will Bitcoin get in 2026? Neither of these look likely. 99.999 or even 109.999.
99.99.
Which we know that the 52-week is up at around 102, or at least it was last we checked. So interesting. Let's see what that one was. I don't think we care about the Senate Republic. I think that was pretty much everything. Inflation in February 2026, CPI year over year. Look at me sounding like Army Piper, above 2.4%. That's it, Billy. That's the prediction markets for today.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
I won mine last night on Charles Oliveira beat Max Holloway for the BMF title in UFC last night. It was awesome. It was amazing.
Mhm.
Is that the funny looking guy?
The funny looking guy.
There
No.
was one I saw at the press conferences, like his face, front of his face.
No.
Oh yeah, that's Rosas. That wasn't the title fight though.
He looks
Yeah.
like that dude from The Mask. I didn't know if he was sick or something.
The Mask.
That was an old movie. You remember that with Cher, Billy?
Yeah. I remember.
Oh, dude.
Let's say hi to All Set. I see you jumped in, All Set, and Andrea's popped in as well. Good to see you guys. Always good to see you guys. We can leave it today, man. Dave can pull it up from the past, can he? Like, let's take a look at some Bitcoin, DDT. Let's see what we're doing with some Bitcoin.
Let's look at some Bitcoin with DDT. Look at that. Thanks, Billy. I see you.
All right. Good evening. Let's get into some charting. So, weekly, at the moment, still kind of looking sad for itself. Obviously, money flow red. We did have the weekly green dot printing this week with 1/16. Frankie was talking about with the weekly green dot, the 10-hour money flow is confident for that higher time frame 1/16 markets off a B strategy. We did have the money flow cross green, obviously hit this top just above 74k. If I take and I put all the levels on, which will make my chart look really messy, we obviously rejected anchored VWAP, but the VWAP is actually better displayed on Binance, like literally tagged it to the T. So 74k was an anchored VWAP from 95,000 from the pretty much the last kind of lower high, if you call it that, on the daily time frame. So we rejected there. Also as well, what was confluent with what happened up here around 74k, very negligible, but we had a negligible 1 hour bearish divergence. And then kind of at that time as well, if you were going to kind of clutch at straws or kind of follow the strategy, as we hit this high, you could see a 15-minute money flow came down. And then if you want to get even lower, 5-minute money flow, everything was flowing out, right? So, and then also as well, with that in mind, I wouldn't have classed it necessarily as a swing failure pattern or liquidity grab, but it just looks like it did because we still had a daily close below this level. So there was a swing failure here, liquidity grab, run on liquidity there, just above 73,200. 2 daily candle closes. See, swing failure, came back in, tapped, dropped. So there's various confluent factors there to take a short trade if anyone did. So that was kind of the weekly move up. We did as well on the 4 hour, had the 4 hour money flow cross as we were kind of hitting up cross green, hit up atop this kind of 74k level, then rejected. What's happened subsequently is these are probably the best volume profile rotational trades. So we were above the value area high, kind of roughly around 70k. We had bearish divergence, swing failure pattern. Whichever trade you wanted to kind of call it up top there, above 74k, you would have traded all the way back to the value area high, 70k short. We've now obviously fallen back within the profile, between 65 and 70k, give or take. Hit the POC. Now we've lost the POC, bearishly backtested the POC. So we are probably highly likely now to kind of get the full rotation. What I do have down here is with the value area low, there is a Fibonacci that's pulled from basically 59,800 all the way to the 74k high. So we've got local golden pocket, daily order block or daily level, and obviously the value area low. So there's some confidence there for a bounce, and yeah, it is just ranging for this for the most part. Obviously we've got the geopolitical side of things that's affecting price action quite hectically. Also as well, kind of my usual, as I always state, that Michael Saylor is buying again, so we'll have some announcement of him buying some Bitcoin again. But the issue is that we're in a state of the market where the spot buying is not the spot volume is not higher than the perpetuals volume. So that is more indicative of, with perpetuals leading, that whatever perpetuals is doing is what we're going to do, not necessarily what spot is doing is what we're going to do. So with kind of a lot of shorts coming in, kind of from the top here, and also as well, not enough spot buying to kind of absorb the shorting coming in, the kind of modus or kind of the kind of state of play is just ranging. until we lose key levels. So for me, I'm a range trader. I trade the volume profiles taught by Frankie. So yeah, kind of I'm looking kind of 65,000 give or take for a bounce, and yeah, we'll try and play the rotation. You're hopefully going to kind of get back up to 67, 68k POC. But for the most part, yeah, we just in this range. Deviation, came back in, kind of, and just, yeah, bing bonging, going up and down between the kind of deviation, other side, trade back towards, deviation underneath, trade back towards, or trade up. Money flow, for the most part, still more indicative of going down. Like sub 1 hour is just heavily red. And it's more, for the most part as well, like even like the 15 minutes faking out quite a bit. We had obviously during the week, we had the 4 hour fake out. So obviously fake out is when it flips to one color and then literally comes back. So it obviously went red, green, and then back to red. So it's more indicative of not enough market participation in one direction to actually be able to be fully biased in one direction at this point. So for me, trading the range, key levels at this point, 65k basically below us. If we lose 65k, obviously we have a bigger range, which I'll just show. Basically 59.8 to 59.8 to 70k, and then kind of at this now, we are now, if we do get down here, for the most part, if we get down to kind of the 59,800, close to 60k, we kind of, I think the 2 day and the 3 day are kind of your best bets at bullish divergences kind of into these levels if that happens. Yeah, there's just not enough buying volume. Obviously, either people are exiting or just want to get short for kind of the next, in inverted commas, big drop. So it's very tough to trade this long unless you're getting really decent confirmations to go long. But for the most part, also as well, it's ranging. So you do have also probability of just ranging and trading between the levels between, at the moment, 65 to 70k, give or take. So yeah, kind of if we are getting kind of below, kind of, yeah, obviously your 2 day and 3 day bullish divergences will be your confirmations to kind of look for a long. But for the most part, if we don't break down and we just kind of carry on ranging, we've got the levels between 65 and 70k. Kind of if we do get back up above here, it's going to be tough for the time being. We're going to literally have to take out the 74k highs to get any decent higher time frame bearish divergences. So for now, yeah, I'm just kind of sticking to kind of my volume profile, trade that till it breaks. And also as well, I've been catching a few longs, but still mainly short, holding kind of more swing shorts than anything at this point, kind of like how Frankie's been doing. So still trying to scalp long where I can, but for the most part, I'm still also as well expecting at least another drop, or at least another attempt to kind of take out this kind of just sub 60k levels at this point. But,
And
yeah.
one of the best feelings in the world is whenever you see a trader that you really respect and your TA matches up exactly. That's awesome, man. We must have the same sensei.
I know there's obviously various kind of methods to trading on lots kind of our followers that they don't necessarily trade the volume profiles, but my hypothetically 65k level will match with something. Everything kind of
it's all
lines
there
up
with the fibs.
yeah.
It's there with fibs. It's there with VWAP. VWAP's right at the POC right now.
Yeah, so fibs and those type of things all work
it's
out,
all
and
there.
we're all there and thereabouts. So just keep an eye on those levels for the week, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, geopolitics might come into play again, so we just got to kind of wait with bated breath just to see what happens. But for the time being, if I was going to guess, I would say we are going to come down a little bit lower, kind of specifically with how futures is going to open, oil prices, gas prices, all that stuff in the Middle East going on. I would presume it's going to drop down a bit this week at least to set up for a long. So at some point.
Yeah, my man Sammy Cup and Handy gave out a oil long, and I pulled up my chart and looked at it, and I was like, Sammy's on the money, man. And boom. What I love about Coinbase, and I'm shilling it, I know, but you bought it right there. Oil contract, derivative.
Yeah.
$1,500. It boom, got in the money. Close it. What's what I like about it? So like with real options, you know, you buy the option contract to whether pull the trigger or not. You have the option to pull that trigger or not. With this, man, you don't even have to wait to you could wait to expiry, but you don't have to, and you can just take your profit. And I was like, this, so I was like, so I'm starting to trade some of those other things too, only because it's so handy on Coinbase, and you know, it makes it.
But
makes
it's
it
good
easy.
trading hygiene as well. Take your profit while it's there, or take some while it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Don't just hold the bag and round trip. You know, specifically in this type of market, we had a good pump this week, or good decent 6 to 8% up this week. I think it was, maybe even a little bit more. But then obviously just came all the way back down.
All
So
the way back down. Yeah.
good trading hygiene. Take some profit while you're in the profit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. All right, thank you, DDT. We are going to move on. Make sure I say hi to everybody. I did see, who did I see come in?
And right after you say hi to Chad, it'll be promo time. Do you have a preference which promo, Billy?
Nope, you picked, but Crypto Owl. Good to see you, Owl. Crypto Owl. He's been around a long, long time. Good to see you, man. And I think that was the newest person we got in. 22 inside the house right now. So let's roll the promo, Dave Digital.
Sounds good.
Another Billy Goat Tales, Dave Digital production right here on Billy Goat Tales. Great job, great stuff. We got some really cool stuff coming. We're working on a lot of things from behind the scenes, and one of the big things that we're definitely going to be talking about later is our new book that's coming out with Jimmy Jim, but we'll get on that later. I wanted to get into our first story so that we can really dig into this, because what we like to do, guys, everybody's been beat up from the feet up with altcoins, and our takeaway that we've talked about on Billy Goat Tales time and time again is Bitcoin is the way. And I just become more and more of a maxi every single bear cycle. However, we always are scanning the sectors, right, to see what else is going on. One of the coins that I had bought at the bear market last time in 2022 was Stacks. And Stacks now is getting a lot of attention. I wanted to bring it to your attention because there's an independent research group that I kind of watch because they're independent. They don't do paid ads and things like that. They give you the analytics, the data, and so when they put something out, it kind of piques my interest. But Tenero names, and Tenero is the research company. You can learn all about Tenero, Tenero, names Stacks as Bitcoin's #1 growth network right here in 2026. So what does that mean? Well, they, according to Tenero, which they, like I said, does cross-chain analytics on their platform for Bitcoin ecosystems only. They released the 2026 Growth Network report, and it identified Stacks as the Bitcoin's leading infrastructure layer for productive capital. And they go into the whole argument behind it and what they're seeing on the on-chain analytics regarding why they think this is going to be a great play for Bitcoin. And it is a layer 2. Once I'm done, I'm going to have DDT pull up the chart. So DDT, if you want to get ready for the Stacks, STX. One of the things, as Bitcoin layer 2 secured by proof of transfer, which is on Stacks POX, proof of transfer, Stacks anchors its blocks to Bitcoin while enabling smart contracts and decentralized applications via Clarity, a security-focused smart contract language. So when we're talking about being able to create yield on Bitcoin, Stacks, #1 layer 2 on Bitcoin, is going to be able to create that yield. That is very interesting. Right now, the data showed that the expansion of SBTC, which is the Stacks 1-to-1 Bitcoin-backed backed asset, reaching about 554 million in total value lock right now in a bear market right now, across more than about only 7,400 holders right now, with over 62 Bitcoin distributed in rewards. So for the first time at scale, Bitcoin capital can move into what they're going to call a productive application layer. And so they're getting into the whole idea and the whole mindset that Bitcoin has moved out of this quote speculation cycle and has moved into a real asset cycle, such as the Bitcoin security treasuries that are being set up, such as the ETFs, such as everything we've been talking about, most of us know about. And they're looking at stacks and saying, hey, this is going to be something that they're going to keep their eye on because they think it's institutional ready, Bitcoin is, and that the guessing of Bitcoin as a, what is it? Number one, is it a commodity or is it security over? Is it a store of value, something that we can depend on that creates a real store of value and wealth? Yes. Who's into it? All the BlackRock's, Fidelities of the world. So they're saying basically that, hey guys, we're out of this phase, and now Bitcoin is in a new phase of its life. And this new phase of its life means things are going to be different. And when I hear that, we'll kick it around the horn before we get into the chart there. But when I hear that, this time it's different. Well, I've been hearing that since the 80s, man. And it's never been different. It's like there's some variations here and there, but I just haven't seen it in my lifetime. So until it does change, I'm just going to play it the way I always play it. But according to these guys, they think what quote this time is a little bit different. Let me see. I think that was it. I just want to kick around what you got on that, Redman. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I mean, after the Nakamoto hard fork, now Stacks is 120 times faster, right? The Bitcoin's 120 times faster on Stacks. It's the number one L2 on Bitcoin. This is part of that whole, are we going to use Bitcoin for store of value, or are we going to use Bitcoin for payments? And these people are trying to find ways to, first of all, get liquidity in their system. They want you to stake your Bitcoin on Stacks, and they're going to pay you handsomely for it. Right now, I've only seen like maybe one or two protocols that you can actually stake Bitcoin on, and the protocols you can, the APY is very, very low. But if you follow this route, now, Billy, you said 1-to-1. So if you go this route with it, if you stake your Bitcoin on Stacks, you get the S Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Now, if you turn around and stake that, it gives you 20 times better APY than just staking it straight up. So it's part of this dual staking. I did a little research here. It's dual staking. It says three things: how Nakamoto decoupled block times, while dual staking is the breakout feature, and why analysis calls Stacks the number one growth network. Block time is decoupling. One winning miner gets a tenure and produces multiple stacks blocks back to back, one every 5 seconds. So that's the L2 part of it. 95% confirm under 5 seconds, 99.3% under 7 seconds. Perps on Valar, which is another Bitcoin ecosystem financial instrument, feel like a centralized exchange. Real-time lending on Zest, which is another Bitcoin ecosystem financial instrument. Composable DeFi on Alex, another beat. So this is, it's all with 100% Bitcoin finality. So basically, you're getting the rewards on these L2s with the Bitcoin security. It says dual stacking launched October 30th, 2025. You mint your SBTC 1-to-1 from BTC, enroll, pair optionally with Stacks, up to 0.05 APY in actual Bitcoin. You add Stacks with the square root multiplier and up to 10 times the boost. Real world returns up to 5% APY on your Bitcoin. $100 million in capital participating by the end of 2025. Bitcoin earning Bitcoin, no altcoin exposure. full self-custody, March 4th, 2026, to narrow name stack Bitcoin number one.
So are you going to
growth
buy
network.
any of it, Redman?
Yeah.
You
So
going to buy any of it?
am I going to buy any what?
Stacks.
Of course.
Let's pull up the chart.
Why not? Why not? You're getting 10 times the boot. You could stake your Bitcoin and stake your stacks and
Well,
make
you
a bunch of money.
I mean, just like whenever
Passively.
you stake anything, you're not actually getting the Bitcoin back. I mean, right? So you have to actually buy the Stacks token, and that's how you're going to stake it. You get the S Bitcoin. So there is risk, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
My my
What is-
background went.
Yeah.
But,
How volatile is the Stacks token?
From what I'm seeing
Probably
here,
down 90%.
yeah, it's down quite a bit from the high if you're looking at the weekly. This was it this session or was this? Yeah, had an all-time high in March of 24, around $3.90, say $3.85, and it's just been down since then. $1.02.
What's that price right now?
It's currently at about 25 cents, 25.39. This is on Bybit, Bybit perpetuals. The only thing I'm currently, I would say, if I was going to take a chance on this, your best bet is for it to sweep the 1010 low. Sweep that at like 20 cents, give or take. But it is looking as if just kind of money flow. Still got the weekly dot, and there's a range here on the side. It's kind of just within this range, so I pulled the range there, the volume profile. It's kind of below. We could probably pull a new range here, just see how it works out. No, daily range. I actually prefer the one that, I prefer the older range. So, yeah, daily money flow still coming out, red dot, similar to Bitcoin. 4 hour, kind of trying to come up, but it is looking like it wants some divergences, and it looks as if it's going to do that. It's at the probably optimal point if you're trading the volume profiles, because it's going to set the divergences up below the value area low, which is at 25.15, 25.15 cents. And yeah, so you could get 4 hour, 8 hours not set up. So yeah, like lower time frame as a trade, probably that could work out something there. The money flow, same like Bitcoin, is indicative that it probably is going to go lower. Your best bet, your best punt would be the 20 cents swapped. So a lot of the altcoins that dropped, they've already taken out the 1010 wick. So the 10th of October wick from last year, where this hasn't. So that still has an okay amount of relative strength compared to a few other altcoins that have them just like literally capitulated, where this, it's obviously at its lows, give or take. But for the most part, money flow is still indicative of lower. I would probably, be looking kind of as a trade option if anyone was looking at it, to kind of get in somewhere below 24 cents, but would set up on this daily. There's a daily negative point of control at 24.74, so probably somewhere there. The way that I see this now, it could probably set divergences in somewhere here between, say, 24 and 24.7 cents. At that point, that could be a trade at least back to 25.5. And obviously as well, the way that this weekly profile set up is that most of the volume in the profile is actually towards the top, which means it creates a kind of a vacuum on price. So if this now, if you kind of get your trade here or below the value area and you get back in, you could squeeze quite far back up. But also as well, we could probably validate that by the visible range. So if you look where all the volume is on the visible range, we're currently now on a high volume node. And yeah, it validates that. So there's a little bit of volume here, but if it gets back above 26.6 cents, it could easily squeeze kind of back up to 28, even close to 30 cents. But if there is utility in this as well on a spot, you could probably, the option is probably also to try and take it as a spot trade. If you don't want to use the utility of staking and using your Bitcoin and the stacks, Bitcoin, those type of things, just as a, but kind of given where we are in the markets, it's still risky, but there is some, it's looking a lot better than a few other things that I've looked at. So this might be a play kind of given some of the news and narrative around it. So,
I just asked Grok if, even if I bought it 12 months ago versus holding Bitcoin, or if I bought 24 months ago holding Bitcoin versus holding Bitcoin, it says, heck no, you would have lost your butt getting stacks. So just hold Bitcoin.
Yeah. So obviously altcoins they are risky at this point because of kind of where we are in the market, where Bitcoin kind of isn't deciding what it wants to do. So, the kind of Bitcoin play is probably the safer option. And obviously, we have to preface that with that's not financial advice. It's kind of education on what we're doing. So if we had to do, if we were looking at this, or if I was looking at this personally, I would probably, like Dave said, that his AI or Grok was still saying Bitcoin's the better bet. And at this point in the market where we are, kind of that's the unfortunate, or kind of the situation where we're at currently with market sentiment and price and all those type of things. So trade safe with altcoins.
Yeah, but why would if your bias is to the downside for Bitcoin, then why would you buy an altcoin? So because altcoins are going to bleed back into Bitcoin anyways. But they've been bleeding. They've been bleeding for a long time.
I think there's some room to buy Bitcoin. Or buy altcoins. So not a lot of room, but let's say you do expect Bitcoin to go down, but if you also expect a dead cat bounce back up to 80, 90, maybe even 100 area, then there's some room to buy some altcoins and 2x and get out. Like Solana. I mean, if Bitcoin goes to 100, Solana likely will get back to this 120 area, 130.
Yeah, depending upon your time horizon. Yeah.
Yeah. If you just want to double your money and get out and then take the bear and buy some
more. What was the market cap on stacks, if anyone kind of compared to where it is kind of in the market?
Well, it used to be $2 plus, and now it's like 25 cents. But
the market cap is 466 million.
Yeah, so it's not a high market cap. Ideally, you would want to be sticking to at least the $1 billion cap, at least.
And it's down 63% for the year.
So Andrea will say, if she's pulling the trigger, it'd be on Hype, right, Andrea? Andy?
Yeah.
Hype's a good play too. So Hype's one of the ones that has a good structure right now and could easily double, possibly even triple, before we even get to the dead cow bounce for Bitcoin, and then go lower.
The thing with Hype is the team, or the DAO, whatever, whoever owns it, they buy back and burn, or kind of buy back and burn, or buy back and hold. So the thing with Hype is the utilities, the more usage it gets, the more spot is taken out of supply. So it's disinflate, whatever. Disinflationary. So so it's good from that perspective. And I was saying it to Omi Piper as well. Whenever he brings it up, he always mentions me saying that the reason why Hype sometimes moves when Bitcoin moves is because of obviously a network effect. So it is a good coin, and obviously as well, it's probably, I think, one of the top dexes at the moment.
Yep.
Volume wise, lots of big whales trade there. Anyone look on chain on X, you could see kind of people getting liquidated on huge amounts of dollars.
It's the first place you hear about Eugen. Yeah, first place you hear is Hyperliquid. This guy was liquidated. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you use that DEX yourself?
I don't use DEXs. I use CEX. I would like to, but it's just
funky.
Yeah, I would say just ease of use. Sometimes you have to move USDC on Arbitrum to your MetaMask or to a wallet that supports it. Kind of, by the time I've done that, I can on-ramp money to a CX way quicker than what I can to Hyperliquid. Although you've got kind of control of your coins and all those type of things. The one thing I do know with Hyperliquid is that the fees. So you have to actually stake Hyperliquid, or stake. You have some form of stake to actually get the also high volume. So if I'm trading maybe $1 million, somewhere there, volume a month, maybe a bit more. with position size. So it's not really going to benefit someone like me specifically. Yes, I do trade, and I should be trading more, but kind of with my trading volume, I don't think it would be beneficial to make it worthwhile fee wise as well. So kind of, I'm trading on CX. I use affiliate links and those type of things. So I get good deals, or I've had good deals with the ones I've signed up on and I use. Fairly familiar. So it's just all use case. But generally, yeah, I think Hype is the go-to DEX currently as well, kind of from what a lot say.
What do you think, Jimmy? You fan of? What's your thoughts on either Hype or Stacks for this go around coming out of the?
I mean, I had it this last go around. I had stacks. I was holding, I don't know, I put about 3,500, $4,000 in the stacks. Made about 70% on it. That was back in 24.
Yeah, I think I
But
sold
yeah,
mine
I
in
mean, it does
24
closely
too.
follow the price of, the action, I should say, of Bitcoin. I don't know. It was pretty predictable, actually. What was that? It had to have been late 23, early 24. I mean, it was almost like it was tied to it. And it was easy. They were really easy trades. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I don't own any right now, but I did have it, and pretty much you get in the bottom on altcoins and you run the bull, you're gonna do well, but you got to sell them. So a lot of the bigger positions, I'm round tripping, man. I'm round tripping just like I did last time on the bigger positions because I'm not selling. I'm never going to sell my Bitcoin, but other stuff, yeah, I'm going to just convert it all to Bitcoin eventually once we get it back up into the bull market. So it'll be next year, most likely. We'll see. I mean, there's a long road ahead of us, and it's going to be a fun, good road too, because every cycle we go through, we learn more and more, and it's just so much more opportunity. And the stuff that we've been working on is mostly AI stuff and agent stuff, and it's like I really believe that's there's going to be other new projects coming on board, like virtuals. Remember a couple years ago when virtuals came out, that was like the big thing. Remember that, Redman? Sin
Yeah.
City had them on, and Jimmy, you know, we all got into. I mean, it's like that was new for that cycle. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff for this cycle, so we probably don't even know what the next big one is. But what I do like is when I see an independent research firm that isn't tied to any profit take, any behind the scenes money grabbing kind of stuff, make their analysis known and print their papers on it. It gets my attention because there's so much shamming and scamming and shilling in this marketplace that it's hard to find the good core research. And when I see it, it does attract me a little bit. Claw, we got the Vegas Claw in here. The question is, Claw man, are you wearing any pants or not? That's what the question is for you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping
You
in.
know he's wearing pants. Vegas, the type of guy that wears pants to the beach.
Billy's the type of guy that wears pants to the beach. I got no problem with that. That's right.
My question is, who would win in a fight? Open Claw or Vegas Claw?
Vegas Club.
Oh, there is an open claw, isn't there? Oh. No way.
I got my money on
Jose.
Vegas Claw.
Claw, man, good to see you, bro. All right, let's move on to our next story, which is the New York Stock Exchange story, Dave. I switched that up on you. This is
You could have
interesting.
just loaded the new paper. It should have loaded in.
Yeah, but you added the beautiful pictures, and I didn't.
Oh, well, let's take just 1 second here. Let me show you, Billy. Whenever you add beautiful pictures on this nice little thing here, let me just show you where it says generate. Oh, let me show you like this. There you go. So if you look here at the top, it says generate images. So after you load your show,
Yeah.
right? You just generate the images and wait until it's done, and all the images will load for you.
Okay. Yeah. See,
Yes,
since you
sir.
already
Trying
had
to
done
make it
that,
easy for
I
you.
was like, I don't want to screw up Dave's. But this is an interesting topic, guys. So the New York Stock Exchange parent company, ICE, they just purchased a stake in OKX exchange. So here you have, think about this. New York Stock Exchange parent company just purchased a lot of the OKX exchange, crypto exchange. It is valued at 25 billion valuation, and they're saying it's a significant development, bringing together Wall Street players with digital assets focused initiatives. So the Intercontinental Exchange, which is the ICE that owns the New York Stock Exchange, that's their parent company, has secured a minority stake in OKX, one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges. And they announced this on March 5th, 2026. The strategic investment values OKX at 25 billion, making a bold step by traditional finance giants into the maturing crypto landscape. What do you think about that, Jimmy Jim? I think it's interesting because it's just another example to me of adoption and this becoming what everybody's going to, crypto, blockchain rails. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, seems like maybe they're wanting to learn the business, and if who knows, maybe they take over. Why reinvent the wheel? Someone's already done it. How we just buy it?
Isn't that crazy, man? I mean, think about 2021, 2020. Like, it's just, you wouldn't have heard about these deals, man, because it was hands off Gary Gensler, choke point 2.0, crypto's a scam, crypto's fake. And now you got the New York Stock Exchange's parent company buying into that exchange because they know crypto is going to be unstoppable and it's the future. And that is, to me, a significant development. What's your thoughts on it, Redman?
I think it's great. I think it's a bridge between TradFi and crypto. And I don't know. I was one of the people who looked at that major pump that OKB had earlier on in the year, and I was like, oh, this is a total scam pump. It's not. They did cut supply, and that's the reason why. But they are actually trying to, bring some clarification to their project by bringing these people in on the TradFi side, and I appreciate that. I want to see things like that happen, and it's happening right before our eyes.
Yeah, it says they ICE and OK.
They're on the board.
Plan to collaborate on several fronts, including market design, clearing mechanism, risk oversight, data services, and improved institutional entry points for digital assets. So yeah, man, this is like Jimmy said. Why recreate the wheel? Let's just buy these guys. They already have it figured out, and it can be our entryway into the crypto marketplace. I mean that's pretty big news. What's your thoughts? Any thoughts on that? Dave, you got any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. So OKX is one of the 27. Whenever we did a show on Simple Tours podcast about the altcoins and who's outperforming Bitcoin, and OKX is one of them. And there was several other exchanges that were also one of them. So OKX obviously is a good play. Trumps are playing into OKX too. So there's something going on with him. So we'll just see. Now, am I a fan of all this big adoption? And do I think that all the big money, like there's plenty big money out there to buy up all these exchanges and totally change the landscape? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And am I worried about that? I mean, it could have an effect on the future. I don't know if I would say I'm worried, but it could have an effect if that's just the way they're going to do it. You just, well, okay, that looks pretty cool now. I'll just buy the whole thing. We're thinking, are you going to buy some Bitcoin? They're like, no, I'll buy a Bitcoin exchange.
Sounds like a Jimmy Jim move.
Yep, makes sense.
What are you talking about, Billy? Just go out and buy that. Quit messing around. Just go out and get that. Let's say hi to Jay Violet. Good morning, Jay Violet. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Good to see you in the house, in the Billy Goat Tales house. Appreciate you for stopping on in. Dave, what does the Billy Goat Tales dashboard of our stories say that we're going to next?
It says coming up next is going to be about the Japan blockchain. But first, a message from the Simple Terms podcast.
Join us Saturdays live for the Simple Terms podcast.
A new type of interactive live show where you join in to break down complex topics in simple terms. Join our human and AI host this Saturday on the @Billy Goat Tales YouTube channel.
Dave does a phenomenal job on Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got to check it out. Bringing alpha, deep diving. Get to ask questions of things you probably had questions for, but nobody gives you a chance to ask the questions. With Billy Goat Tales, we want you to ask the questions. We want you to come on. We want to bring you up. We want to talk to you. Grab a microphone. Let's interact. This is your chance to talk. This is what.
And
Billy
we
Goat
still
Tales
open
is
the
all
club, open the club, open
about.
the
Well, as long
club.
as Jimmy's here, we open the club.
No, on my show, we got to open the
Oh
club.
yeah, Dave opens the club, but
Yeah,
Dave
we open the
uses
club.
Dave uses his club music. We like the other club music over here.
Old people have to get up and dance on Saturdays.
That's right. And I also want to say the best toasters are French toasters once again. But yeah, let's get into it. Bank of Japan to test blockchain settlement for central bank reserves. Why is this important? Well, it's important because following the announcement, the Bank of Japan is going to move to conduct experiments to explore the use of blockchain technology for settling deposits that financial institutions hold in reserve accounts at the Central Bank of Japan as part of the broader effort to evaluate distributed ledger infrastructure within their existing financial system. So here you got the Bank of Japan. So you're the whole nation of Japan, the Bank of Japan, they are moving to capture and get involved and get on board with blockchain. Once again, look, guys, stable coins were the biggest growth sector in crypto last couple of years, last year for sure. Stable coins are here to stay. They're coming fast. And these companies, I was reading the other day, it's not part of this story, but these companies, there's like of the Fortune 500 companies, like 78% of them have already moved to be able to accept blockchain rails or stablecoin rails in their business models because, hey, it's here to stay. So Bank of Japan making a great move, according to Reuters. What do you think? What do you think, Redman? What's your thoughts on this?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I brought up an article that was saying Quant was in cahoots with Japan over bringing their blockchain over there and doing a nice little, co-partnership. You made it in crypto when the Bank of Japan and the institution so cautious it spent 30 years debating a 0.1% rate hike says, yeah, blockchain, let's do it. Japan just entered the chat and they bought the receipts. So I don't know. It's a sandbox project to put commercial bank reserves on a blockchain settlement system, not retail CBDC. Let's not get it confused. This is wholesale infrastructure, use cases, domestic interbank settlement, and securities settlement prototypes Q2 2026, world bank testing 2027, and results in 2028. So we're still a couple years out, but it's nice to see this types of thing, especially from a super conservative bank, and one with a little bit of reputation behind it. I like it.
Yep, I like it too. What do you think, Jimmy? Jim, what's your thoughts on that? Good, bad, indifferent? Doesn't matter. More adoption. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, just another story of adoption. We show up here every week, put it in everyone's face. I mean, it's happening. It's really accelerating now.
Yeah, I've been to Japan a couple times when I was in the service. Very interesting country over there. Good people overall. Any thoughts on this yourself, DDT? DDT's like,
I'm here. Yeah, it's good for the most part. Obviously, I think it obviously helps speed, fees, the blockchain transparency. So countries working with or creating their own blockchains for transactions, and people might go down the rabbit hole and think it's CBDC and all those type of things, but I think for all intents and purposes, we just stick to the fact that it's good for obviously adoption, and then also as well kind of just the way that the banks work. It's quite slow, you know, that the kind of the fallbacks of kind of the traditional banking sector or banking mechanisms. It's just ease of use makes it easier for us that are used to it, makes it easier for us as well. So for the most part, I think it's a good thing. Or even if kind of a country kind of adopts a specific blockchain or a specific stable coin and whatever it is, that it's good because it just makes the payment rails kind of via and the utility of blockchain or stable coins or specific crypto assets a lot more user friendly or kind of adoption wise picks up.
Yep.
Well, here comes the value area low. We just dropped a
Yeah.
grand in the
Let's
last
pull it up.
few
Let's
minutes.
pull it up, DDT. Let's pull up Bitcoin. I see it's got some
Oil
movement
just
going
gapped
on.
up as well. Oil gapped up. NASDAQ taking a tank. MES taking a. Sorry, I'll pull my screen back up.
65,
yeah.
875 for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's kind of just about to get into the value area low at this point. The one thing I am watching now is you can just see. I'll quickly show you oil. Oil futures just gapped. So this was expected with the with kind of what's happening in the Middle East.
Must be a new bombing happening.
I think it's just the open positioning. It generally happens. You do off the bat, kind of as soon as you see it opens.
Oh, DDT's
On
breaking
a Sunday, or
up.
futures open on a Sunday, you do get this kind of. Oh, sorry, my laptop kind of whatever, but
There
too
you
many
go.
open.
There you go. Okay.
But yeah, it's looking as if we are heading for the value area low. And I don't know why I didn't lock that. But yeah, just market open volatility. At this point, I'm watching, yeah, oil is moving, which is not good. NASDAQ and ES, kind of a lot of Russell futures is down 3%. So not looking good for it.
Everybody else didn't go on daylight savings time, so the market's open now?
Yeah, so the UK is only at the end of the month. We catch up. We take an hour forward or kind of rebalance to be 5 hours ahead of New York, only at the end of the month, 29th of March. So it's like 2 to 3 weeks where we are, yeah, a little bit less ahead, only 4 hours ahead here in the UK of New York Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, for the most part, open volatility, obviously, with everything going on in the Middle East, kind of, I think this was expected. NASDAQ and ES. So even silver's down, silver gap down, gold is gap down. So everyone is going into oil as the stable currency. They're using oil as a flight to safety at this point.
What about the dollar?
Dixie.
Yeah.
Do I have the Dixie here? USD. Yeah, Dixie would have come up. Dixie gapped up. Oil and Dixie basically always work together. Well, kind of from what I know from trading Forex and futures. So yeah, oil's gapped. I mean, Dixie's gapped up. Dixie will, we still have all this volatility. It's just taking this high. Yeah, I would expect the dollar to come back to parity on the Dixie, so about 100. Yeah, daily money flow crossed. Weekly money flow should be trending up on the Dixie. Oh, it's flat. What's the 3-day looking like? Yeah, 3 days in the green and trending up. Yeah, so all the geopolitics. Oh, you can call it geopolitics, but I think it's just risk-off environment now because of kind of, yeah, all the geopolitics is causing risk-off. But we've had risk-off event pretty much pre all of the stuff that's happening now in the Middle East anyway. Kind of the charts had already baked it in. but we only see it in the charts a few days later, kind of as things happens, and then we know, okay, yes, probably we can blame it on geopolitics. But with I think there was a daily bullish divergence on Dixie, from what I
Dave,
can remember.
we need to give some applause noise for Curtis Hill. 200%. Nice. Let's go, baby. Love to see that.
I was not
Sorry,
200.
DDT.
Yeah, so could be a fun week ahead. Bitcoin just hit 66. Sorry, my computer is deciding to slow down, but we're in for a bit more drop here. I think you got to give us, generally with CME Open and all of this, you probably give it an hour and then just see how it settles. So it's like on New York Open, you generally have that first hour, which is called the initial balance. You kind of also give it an hour on CME Futures Open on Sunday if we were going to trade this, or specifically on the futures side. But also as well on Bitcoin, I don't literally start looking at kind of Bitcoin trading for the week until kind of Monday, midday UK, so pre-New York. Yeah. I just let kind of Sunday and Monday and a bit of Monday do a little bit before I kind of decide to take any trades, let them settle, and because now we're just going to get a bit of volatility. Obviously, it's good to trade, but for me, I prefer to, just let it settle a bit and then go from there, kind of find a base. Or otherwise, you're just going to get wicked out of positions, or you're going to, just do silly things, which I don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, let Dave Curtis Hill just went up 200%. That's the wrong button.
I presume Curtis was shorting then. He would have had to be in short on something.
Hey, you got to get those gains before we hit it on Monday and get those gains too. Curtis Hill did 500 plus steps. I think it was it Wednesday or Friday? He was going hard during the treadmill live stream.
We're all in this together, man. We're all in this together. That's what I like. We're like, whether it's exercise, whether it's taking profits, whether it's round tripping or whether it's trading, we're all in this together, which I love it. That's great job, Curtis. Take your gains, baby. Keep a runner, as Alex O says, though. Keep a runner. I gotta get better at keeping runners myself. I pretty much just take my profit and go, man. I gotta get better at that. What do we got next, Dave? What does Billy Goat Tails dashboard say we're going to next?
Well, I'm not sure what Billy Gotel's dashboard says, but I did see Vegas Claw in the chat, and he says that Dave Digital collects Joe Biden action figures. So I've got a little something for him.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
With that being said, let's go to Saudi Arabia, Billy.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Well, so the big news about what's going on over there is their Vision 2030, and their RWA platform, and that's a DDT but. By the way, who is going to lead this crypto marketplace? When you see what's going on in Dubai, one of the things I was thinking of, like, we know, like, for this war going on, that Iran bombed, they just start bombing everybody, right? So they even bombed the Dubai airport. So we got to remember that it's becoming a crypto hub of the world over there, but it's also still in a very a place that, the neighbor gets mad and, hey, we can't hit America, so we're just going to bomb you guys just to show you guys we can. If you're over there at a conference and that happened, how would you feel? I mean, I would be like, what in the world is going on, man? Like, I already served my time. I don't need to be putting up with this again. But yeah, so what's going on with their the Middle East relative to crypto? While the rest of the world is still debating on whether blockchain will succeed, the Middle East is focused on how to make it work. In 2026, Abu Dhabi and I think it's pronounced, how do you say it? Radaya? I say that wrong all the time, but Abu Dhabi, I went through there once. Abu Dhabi are set to take center stage. These two cities are no longer for the decentralized economy. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of going on there with cryptocurrencies, but it's still not in a region where I think is totally stable. And it kind of concerns me overall because that just happened just the other day. So whether or not the size of Saudi market or the strategic placement of the UAE, this part of the world has ceased to be part of the blockchain conversation and started leading it. So they're not just going to be a part of it. They started leading it. Lots going on. I know a lot of our friends, I think Miss Teen Crypto went over there, Lifer went over, a lot of people we know went over there for different conferences that came up. And according to the blockchain, the global blockchain show, giving credit to where I saw this at, was that, and because I bring that up simply because you got to kind of know where your sources are. Because we've all been to these different conferences and with endless streams of panels and different people that we see and network and all that stuff. But the global blockchain show is something you guys probably want to check out. Anyways, what's your thoughts on who is going to be the world leader? In America, we have a few big states that are pretty big in blockchain. We have Florida, we have Texas, and I know we don't like to admit this, but Silicon Valley, I'm sorry, is still where all of the new tech is, man. I mean, the Silicon Valley in California is still where all the big powerhouses are, right? So you got Microsoft over there, you got Facebook over there, you got Visa's over there, you got name them, they're over there. The Nvidia, they're over there. Their headquarters is over there. So we've got a lot of people over there. Those three states is what I would say are probably the front runners. But worldwide, got to give it up. You got to give it up to the Middle East, man. They're like taking blockchain and running with it. What's your thoughts, Redman?
Yeah, so I don't know. This story was a little different, kind of hit a little differently because I can't really see this happening because there was a couple of years ago when Caspa came out. Caspa had this little other company that was within its ecosystem that was trying to tokenize electricity, energy, and it didn't really work out. It's tough. It's tough to try to tokenize utilities and make it work. But Saudi taking the dip from oil, because oil is what basically made them Saudi Arabia basically made all their money for them. So that's a $1 trillion industry, and you're going to give it up for, solar panel, putting solar panels and energy on the blockchain. I don't know. It says right here it's going to slash oil dependence from 40% to under 10% of GDP by 2030.
These are the initiatives that they're trying.
I don't see that. I just don't see that happening, Billy. They're not that dumb. Oil is still humongous, and it's still going to be a big part of their GDP no matter what. They're not going to say no to money. And I don't know. I don't know if I totally believe this article, but it's pretty impressive how blockchain is kind of taken over, and they just want to tokenize everything to make some money off of it.
Yeah, so mainstreaming DeFi for global finance, AI-powered decentralization, where artificial intelligence comes together with blockchain, and then the rise of the asset tokenization, which it seems like the Middle East is, and they just keep going. They're trying to build a whole decentralized economy and hub over there. And I think they've made some really good strides. I mean, they are hosting, what is it, Token 2049, and I guess there's another big conference, guys, that I think one of the stories we're going to get into has it. I had never heard of it, but I guess it's pretty huge. And as we're all learning what's going on with these different conferences, for us, we go to Bitcoin show. We're going again next month. I've been to Bitcoin show since 21. Every year, and then Consensus we go to. We haven't made it every year, but we've been to a few of those, and Rare Evo. But there's literally huge shows that we haven't been a part of. Went to because most of them are over there in Dubai or in the Middle East somewhere. So I don't know, man. I do feel like they are a little bit ahead of us. I think Trump knew that too, and that's probably why he made crypto on his agenda when he was trying to get reelected. He put it up there front and center. Came to the Bitcoin show in Tennessee. We were all there. That was cool. I don't know. I think they're the front runner right now. That's just my worthless opinion. What's your thoughts on it, Dave Digital?
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice, Billy, with all these conferences, if somebody would just make it to where it'd be easy for everybody to come to them? I would appreciate that. I can't make it to all of them, but if there was some sort of a virtual version that I could really get into and enjoy, I would really like to go to all these conferences. I do get to the ones I can because I really enjoy the in real life ones. But man, if these guys would make it to where I can attend virtually, that would make it to where I could make it to a lot of other ones. But the Saudis, hey, look, those guys got a lot of money over there. So let them play with it. Break some stuff, play with some stuff. Let's just see what happens.
Good points. What's your thoughts, Jim? They front running us, Jimmy?
I mean, they've been, on the cutting edge for, a long time, even when it comes to real estate, right? I mean, the big Palm Island, that they built out there. And,
Oh yeah.
I see, Japan, the Saudis, the United States, China. I mean, I see all of those countries trying to enter and, get their piece of the pie. Who's in first? I don't think we know yet.
Who was on second?
Yeah, I don't know who's on third.
I don't
Jimmy.
think we know that either.
So they really have a lot going on. You probably put that into AI and what are you measuring on, right? Are you measuring on wallets? Are you measuring on cities, infrastructure? I don't know. I love the fact that they were kind of it's like if you get rid of Trump and as a president focusing on crypto before him, in his first term he hated crypto. He didn't. He even said it. It's like I remember in his first term him saying, like, I'm not for Bitcoin. I'm for the dollar. Like, I don't know what this funny money is. So, but his sons, I believe, kind of coached him up on what blockchain's about, what Bitcoin's about, and then what crypto's about. And I think he had a massive directional change. But before that, I would say their country, the Middle East region over there, Saudi, Dubai, were kind of like putting their arms around, maybe for the wrong reasons. I don't know, because there's a lot of bad stuff that happens, right? But I think they put their arms around it before, in a major way, signaling to the world that they were all for it before America did, because we had Gary Gensler, man, and Biden. And they didn't even know how to spell cryptocurrency. So at least one of them didn't. Anyways, what's your thoughts? Any thoughts on it, DDT? DDT's gone. Brad, did I go to you? You talked to me. Let's move on. Dave, what does the Billy Goat Tales dashboard say that we're going to next?
Well, let's take a look, Billy. It says we're going to look at Lugano's plan phase 2.
Did you guys see this? This is pretty cool. So this is really all about Tether expansion again, which is, we had what, 3 or 4 weeks ago, Redmond? We had like what Tether's doing and just how they're expanding. But Tether in the city of Lugano commit $5 million to advance Plan Bitcoin, Plan B, Plan Bitcoin phase 2, positioning Lugano as a global hub for digital infrastructure. Now, Tether, they're on the move right now, guys. So this whole idea of stable coins, and if you think about it, you guys tell me for us on the panel here, like, what have we heard? And we're crypto guys, we're in it. What have we heard more here in the last 6 months, say, of stable coins? Have we heard more about Tether, or have we heard more about USDC? Just from like your gut feel. Jimmy, what would you say? Would you hear more about Tether or USDC?
Well, in the last month, Tether.
Okay, in the last month. How about the last 6 months?
It's always been Tether for me.
Okay, Tether for
Yeah,
Dave.
probably Tether in the last 6 months.
Okay, how about you, Redman?
Yeah, Tether, 100%.
Yeah. DDT? Or you? Yeah, Tether. Would you say Tether too over USDC?
I would say Tether over USDC only if Tether gets its legalities and all those type of things correct for the US market, which I think they are currently trying to do, or in motion.
Which one do you use most?
USDT.
Yeah.
So I think as well by what do you call it, market cap, obviously USDT is still the biggest stable coin, although obviously USDC is now starting to catch up or kind of narrow the gap a little bit. But even when you're looking at stablecoin mint notifications, USDT always mints a hell of a lot more than what USDC does. So
Yeah.
Well, so with this, it's just another expansion of what USDT is doing. What began as a controlled urban experiment integrating Bitcoin and stablecoin payments into municipal life is now evolving into a structural program aimed at strengthening Lugano's position as a global operator for digital infrastructure. Over the past 4 years, Tether, in partnership with the city, has driven measurable structural outcomes through Plan B, Bitcoin, through Plan B, it's the Bitcoin B, reinforcing both the city's economy and the internationally positioning themselves. Today, more than 400, right here in Lugano, more than 400 local merchants accept BTC, USDT, and LVGA, embedding digital assets into everyday commerce and demonstrating real-world payment adoption. With Tether's strategic and technical support, Lugano has also introduced digital bond issuance and enables select municipality payments and digital assets. So they're just integrating blockchain directly into the public finance infrastructure rather than limiting it to any type of private sector use. I just think that Tether is just cutting deals. Like, you know how Trump talks about making deals and just, they're just going out there and they're cutting deals. And so who's going to win out? I mean, like, think about it, guys. We have all these stable coins now. There's a lot more than we even know about it. You can pull it up on CoinMarketCap, stable coins. And like, why do we need all these stable coins? How many stable coins do we need? I mean, where is it going to land? Who is going to win out? Because really, doesn't the world just need one stable coin that converts into everything else? Or do every state, do they need a stable coin? Does every country need its own stable coin? Like, where's this going? What's your thoughts, Redman?
Yeah, back to the Lugano thing. Most cities are debating whether to put a BTC ATM in the lobby, and these guys said, "Hold my beer, hold my beer. I'm about to run the entire government off a decentralized blockchain." Mad props to these guys, man. That's what it's all about. That's what I like to
El
see.
Salvador, they made big splash.
Yeah, Lugano, Switzerland. Do we need 100 stable coins? No, we don't, Billy. But it's kind of nice to decentralize, Billy. I mean, I get what you're trying to say to make everything seamless and you have one currency between everything. I get it. I totally get it. But I do like the decentralization fact, just in case Tether goes down, just in case USDC goes down, just in case my favorite Cardano stablecoin, if there is one, goes down. So I mean, I like that. I like to be able to choose and find the APR that suits me, so I can park my $5.50 into it and see what happens in a couple years. So yeah.
No, and I don't know the answer. I was just like, it seems like we're just getting over inundated with stable coins, and I think the market's trying to figure out the use case, because like, do we need that many or not? So I don't know what the answer is. I really don't have an opinion of like if we just need one or not. I was just throwing that up there for discussion because it seems like we're just so many stable coins, man. It's like, where's this gonna end? And it's kind of fun being a part of the settlement. Who's going to be the leader in this? But here's the thing: we've been in this long enough to know, Jimmy. I know I seen Tether depeg from the from the $1. I've seen that happen, right? Back in 21 or 2020, whatever that was, we've seen it. We've seen it depeg. So that's a little scary. So to your point, where there's other stable coins, it's gonna just help the competition. Is just gonna help the marketplace overall. So I get that. What's your thoughts, Jimmy Jim?
Excuse me.
You got to throw that wad out first, huh?
Piece of ice. Piece of ice hitting back in the throat there on that little.
Jimmy about to get deported.
What's the border?
But what are we still talking about the city thing or?
Yeah, look out.
You happy about them having Bitcoin over in Switzerland or what?
I mean, Switzerland's a pretty progressive country. Not surprising.
Yeah.
I think it's only a matter of time before other cities do it. I mean, you just got to get the right people in the right place that want to wrap their head around it and see the benefits of doing it. And that's just going to take a while, Now, as far as having a gazillion different, stable coins, I mean, if I think about what I'm using a stable coin for, I mean, I kind of don't care if it's interoperable, across different exchanges or different, because I mean, if I'm buying that, usually it's just because I don't want to store just cash sitting in my account, so I'll just buy whatever stable coin, so at least that money is earning money if it's sitting there. If I'm just sitting there waiting, for a price action to do something, and the money's just sitting there. I mean, I can't really think of another, where I'm even really leveraging a stable coin to begin with. I just don't even use them that much when I think about it.
Well, like when you move money from your bank to Coinbase, then if you're not buying directly on Coinbase and you got to send something to Uniswap wallet or to MetaMask wallet or to any of the other wallets, don't you send that? How do you do that?
Well, if I'm buying on Coinbase, I mean, it's coming right out of my checking account.
That's what I mean.
But there are times where I might drop in 10 grand because there's something, maybe it's going down and I just want to have the money there, or maybe I got, buy orders or whatever. I mean, that would be about the only time that I'm using it, unless, I'm trying to buy a node and for some reason I got to have a stable coin to do that, or, I mean, it's so specific for me personally of how I leverage a stable coin. I just don't even care, have one, have a million,
That's interesting.
It's a minor bump in the road for me and my use of what a stable coin's for.
Yeah, so like my Phantom wallet, if I on-ramp through Coinbase and I buy Solana, then I just send my Solana to my Phantom wallet, right? And my Cardano wallet, I just would buy coin from Coinbase, buy my ADA, and then I'd send my Cardano to my Cardano wallet, right? So, but I've had to, in the NFT world, I've had to move ETH to like wrapped ETH, or I had to purchase something in USDT or send dollars in USDT for this or for that. Through the years, I've had to do that, but and yet stablecoin adoption and growth occurred the most last year. There's a massive amount of stablecoin adoption and growth. Even the USD1, right? That's World Liberties, right? USD1. So it's like, how many stable coins do we need? Because when I looked this up, I don't have a number in my head right now, but it was there's a lot of stable coins out there. These names are names I had never heard of before. And lots of stable coins. And so I was like, wow. I
Yeah,
didn't
because
realize there's that many.
I think one of the big things, the big, you know, attractive things about stable coins is that these companies like World Liberty Fi, they look at it like it's a liquidity, you know, and if they can get more liquidity locked up in their protocol, it's better for security. It's better for them. They're able to become more liquid. And so it makes sense. I understand why they do it. But yeah, us as a consumer, do we need a whole bunch of stable coins? No. But for them, for the DeFi play, they want as much liquidity as they can locked up in their protocol.
Yep. Steve Hickey, hola, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Mr. Market made it on in. Mr. Market, how you doing today? Good to see you. Thanks for hitting that like button. Yeah, make sure everybody's hitting the like button. I know I forget sometimes too. So whoever's in a mod in these chats, when I go into Lifers or Frankie's or wherever I'm at, Miss Team Crypto, when somebody says smash the like button, I'm glad they say that because I most generally forget, so I appreciate that. Thank you. What does the Billy Goat Tails, Dave Digital, what does the Billy Goat Tails dashboard say? We're checking out next.
Well, the Billy Goat Tells dashboard does say that we're going to be talking about Kraken right after this special from our sponsor, Billy Goat Tales.
Education, motivation, crypto.
All three on one network. Billy Goat Tales. Join a live stream 5 times a week or take in one of our new pre-recorded video drops, and we have fire shorts too.
Don't miss anything. Subscribe now to @BillyGoatTales on YouTube.
Massive Dave Digital production. Guys, we got some good stuff coming your way. I see we only got 20 minutes left. I'm going to get into this Kraken story. I definitely want to get into the AI piece, Dave, so we can have time to talk about just what's on the front with AI. But the Kraken piece, very interesting, guys, because once again, more adoption. Of course, that's what we're talking about. But Kraken obtains the Fed master account. Crypto from Kraken, a Wyoming special purpose depository institution, received approval from the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City for a limited purpose master account, according to the announcement on Wednesday. What does this mean? Well, master accounts are the end game for crypto and fintech. Any firm seeking to get direct access to Fed payment rails, there you go. The Federal Reserve's approval of Kraken's request signals a pivot expansion of such access for novel institutions, right? This is huge, guys, because they don't just hand these out very easily. It takes a lot to get one of these. And we talked about the charter banks, and I think there's now, the last I heard, I think there's like 36 applications for crypto companies to get a charter bank license, which is huge. And what that allows them to do is allows them to, not traditional banking, but it allows them to have deposits. It allows them to have yield interest bearing. They can't do loans and stuff like that, but it's like crypto stuff. So by getting those licenses is huge. Kraken on the move, getting set up to get everything in place to become a financial institution by our definitions in the United States of America anyway. But they had, there's people that had several concerns with it. One of the biggest concern, it front runs the board's public comments process and violates the board's own policy on seeking public comment when it intends to make significant changes. So there's people that was upset about this, bodies that were upset about this. They also said it calls into question whether the board can ensure that the skinny account standards are applied consistently across reserve banks and whether the board is appropriately supervising the reserve banks. So right now there's not a lot of compliance. That's why we need the Clarity Act to pass to help us with some of this stuff. But I think this is big news because giving U.S. charters and getting these crypto companies, these exchanges, this types of licensing is huge for crypto. Again, feeding the total adoption story that we've been bringing you guys like week after week, just to give you a glimpse of we're in the right industry, man. This is not just about making gains. Sure, we like to make gains. We all say we came in for profit. We did. But man, we're part of a movement here, guys, that is just doesn't happen in the world every single day. I've been alive almost 60 years now, right? Next month, 60 years. And these kind of trends, I mean, I remember the .com, the creation of the internet, which was a big trend, and now this cryptocurrency and AI, and it's pretty remarkable. Anyways, what's your thoughts on this development, Red? Good, bad, indifferent? Does it matter? What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah. So if this is a builder's build, you know, Kraken, every time I turn around, there's some kind of story on Kraken, how they're doing the most bullish things in the industry. I got a lot of respect for Kraken. They knocked on the door for 5 years trying to get this charter. The Fed kept on saying, read our guidelines. And they turned around, they built a full reserve bank, filed again, and waited. 5 years later, March 4th, 2026, the door opened. That sound you hear is every correspondent bank having a collective existential crisis. and TradFi is running. I mean, you got to look at it like this. There's only a couple people really making humongous moves in crypto. Kraken's one of them. Kraken. I think it's Kraken.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Kraken. Yeah. But what a Fed master account is, the golden ticket to FedWire, handles $4 trillion. So they have liquidity. Now they have massive liquidity in their hands and large value settlements daily. Kraken gets direct settlement in central bank money and fiat moving at on-chain speed. What they don't get, what they do get, interest on reserves, emergency lending. What they do not get, interest on reserves, emergency lending, discount window, controlled pilot. But the access is real. It says Wyoming SBDI secret sauce, 100% reserve requirement. Every dollar a client deposits is backed by liquid assets. No fractional reserve lending, zero bank run risk. That is why the Fed said yes. Application filed October 2020. 5 years later, 5 years of fighting debanking waves. Now those correspondent banks are irrelevant. So yes, that's awesome. Crypto just plugged directly into sovereign payment rails under a full reserve model. Bitcoin and DeFi go from parallel economy to integrated economy. Massive.
So in the last 83 days, 11 companies had filed for a national.
Really locked up.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but can't we see your
Hear you.
beautiful smile? But it's
You're
stuck
just
on
sitting there
one
going,
smile.
All right. Well, in the last 83 days, 11 companies have filed for a federal charter. And that's just crazy. I mean, so what it's saying is they know they're going to need to go this route. They're going to have to go this route to make sure that they get everything prepared for the Clarity Act and be compliant. They know that they need these federal charter license because it allows them to somewhat be able to be, not somewhat, to be legal in moving funds around back and forth. So that's part of the legacy merging with with crypto. And you know, we talked about the BitGo story. We talked about other stories where I think BitGo was one of the first to get submit for the charter. So yeah, man, it's happening. The ground is shaking beneath their feet. Good stuff is happening. What's your thoughts on any other thoughts on that, Jimmy, before we switch to AI? I see we're running out of time. So let me see what Mr. Marcus says. Here we go.
oh, angry typing.
Damn, who is typing like that?
DDT. It's
DDT. Mute your microphone, buddy. Oh, God. Get on it. He's like, I'm going short. I'm going short.
Jesus. I owed him some money.
And he was doing that with one hand, too. Look, he's got one hand up, so he's doing that with one hand. That's pretty impressive.
No, I mean, you know, that story, I mean, there you go. I mean, there's a layer of legitimacy, you know, to crypto. That's always been a complaint of the the old white guys that don't invest in Bitcoin. I was on a work call the other day, popped in, they were already talking about, man, y'all see the price of Bitcoin? Yeah, I'm not investing in anything, you know, such and such doesn't invest in, I'm not investing in, and I was just sitting there and biting my lip, just shaking my head, going, okay, I wasn't even part of the conversation. I just stumbled into it, kind of giggling.
They don't have a clue.
Let's ask chat. Hey, all set. Yeah, man. Givers Gain, thank you. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, man. We got a core group of Givers Gain. Can't wait till we get back our emojis. We are under review, so we'll get them back. We'll get them back. But it's all about having emojis for each one of you guys. That's what I want. If I could get
Yeah,
each
but
one
if
of you guys.
YouTube doesn't know the rules, then that's okay too. We'll figure it out. We're just gonna keep producing good stuff.
I want my emojis, Dave.
Yeah, we'll get over it.
I know, and he likes it. There's certain things that Dave, like Billy. Oh man. So, anyways, let's get into some AI conversation. We can talk about this in many different ways, but I've been building my AI agent, guys, and so we had to go out. We had to get our mini, and I've set this thing up totally sandboxed separately, and so that means a whole new Apple account, a whole new email address that goes with that. That means everything is sandboxed out, separate from my everyday workstation, and setting it up with a new wallet so that it can trade. The agent can just move my crypto wherever I tell it. What I really like about it, I don't know if people's made this clear, but in doing so, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about coding. I've learned a lot about the fact that you can use AI to help you code. But one of the things that I really learned the most on was how when your AI has to go out to a large language model, the ones that are out there, that you're sending it out to the World Wide Web, and versus you can also sandbox your large language model. And so I sandbox that, so I have my own now. So what that does is it keeps my agent pretty contained within my system. Now we're getting ready to move to the next step. So now the agent is set up, it learns about you personally, and I mean a lot of stuff that you once it's contained, you don't have to worry about too much. But once you open it up to allow it to be able to run through your CPU or your system, there's risk there. There's a lot of risk. So I'm taking this very carefully, very slowly, but I'm working now on the ability to say, for example, all right, I need you to book a flight to Dallas. It has access to a certain specific bank account, certain specific credit card, and I need you to set this appointment up and set that appointment up. That's where I'm at. So got it all connected. It's all working great. We're learning each other. I'm now in the process of setting up the crypto wallet with it and getting it able to have security on it, that it can operate within that sandbox, and including that is a little separate crypto wallet and a little separate credit card. And I'm just going to see what happens. Taking it very slow. I've learned a lot about security, stuff that probably Jimmy knows off the back of his hand, and how to actually code that into the system. So coding, I even had to go in and write my own code. In other words, the AI agent I was using, which was Gemini, it just wouldn't read my system, that I had to then just go in there and type in my own code. I had to get the code, what to write in there from the AI agent, but I had to open it up, the JSON file. I had to open it up, and I had to start typing that stuff in there. And I hadn't done that, Jimmy. I haven't done that since 1987. I think it was 87 or 88 when I was in college. I think it was 87, and I took basic programming, and I was like writing those, with the semicolons and colons and commas
Syntax.
and brackets and all. I was like, "Well, man," but it's been fun. You can lose hours. Next thing you know, you look up and you've been messing with this stuff for hours, and it's really been a cool adventure. Hopefully, I'm getting this right, and I have more to share with you. I'm creating little videos on it on the back end to kind of show the progress through. And I say it like this: if I can do it, anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Sure, we could pay people to do it for us, but you just don't appreciate it the same way when you really understand the nuts and bolts of this stuff. And that's how I had to learn crypto, by making mistakes, losing some money, learning, right? And I think I'm going to learn the same way with this AI agent. How is yours coming, Red Man?
Yeah, it's been very interesting, to say the least. I keep it. I'm just like you. I keep it on a computer that doesn't have access to my funds or anything that's important. And I don't give it access to everything either. So when you are opening this stuff, just because it's open source, but don't use your info. Don't use your email. Don't use your stuff. You use stuff that's made up, or it's a dummy account or whatever. Use those things. I've been seeing on Twitter all these posts about, hey, I downloaded OpenClaw and I started, and it just totally ran over my computer and took all my stuff and blah, blah, blah. Now my computer's broken. Well, it's broken because you gave the computer your credentials. So be smart with it.
Gotta be.
Now, I'm taking my approach very slow. I've already built the utility into what I'm building. It is coming along very, very nicely. For the last three weeks, I've spent about 40 to 45 hours a week coding this thing, and it's massive. There's a massive amount of utility in it, and it's been a big tool for me. I've already started putting some of the stuff, the free part of it anyways, into the Red's research channel. If you go in there, the last couple of posts have all been from the AI that I've built, and from the website that I'm building.
Our Discord. Yeah, in our Discord.
In our Discord, yep. If you go in there, that's all from me. That's all from mine. And I've figured out a lot of different ways that I don't know. I've impressed myself because I didn't think I would get this far, but apparently there's a lot farther you can go. I'm talking to devs from a certain project. I'm not going to shill them, but they're telling me how to kind of get stuff lined up so it all works properly. And then not only that, I got to check out their architecture, and I got to run their AI that's not even out yet. And what they're building is very, very impressive, and a lot faster than what you're getting at home with your Gemini 3.1 or even Grok 4.20. Much better stuff. 4.20
out yet?
Yeah, it's in beta. I use it in Super Grok. It's okay. I like it. I know Dave doesn't. Dave's
it's the worst
highly critical of a lot of AIs, and he should be. And I respect Dave's opinion.
But it's Dave Digital.
I just did a 7-day trial and I canceled it. How often do you ever cancel a 7-day trial? Ever? You never do.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah. So, what I'm building is coming along. It's coming along. It's taken me a while, but it is definitely coming along.
Johnny December's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see Johnny December, our island man over there, checking it out. Hey, so Dave, on your end, what you been up to with the AI side?
So the answer may surprise you guys. So AI agents aren't there yet for me, and I'm not going to waste my time with them. There's plenty of good AI agents that are built behind the scenes that I can use that are effective for me. But right now, running a personal one has too many risks for me, and it's not the risk to value isn't there. So building them right now for me, it's probably at least 6 months out before I even start, because the technology needs to catch up, and there are good agents that actually do many of the things that I do built into the systems that I use. So I just don't need to build my own yet.
Yeah.
And I don't think the technology is there for me yet. I think the risk is too big and the reward is very little.
Yeah. I want this thing to do everything for me, man. Like a personal assistant.
I
And
think
that's,
there's a lot of folks that want them to do everything for them, and there are out of the box solutions for that. But or solutions for, it's been probably 5 years we could have had an AI call in and make a flight reservation for us, or make a dinner reservation for us, or do any of those things.
yeah, my son
So I'm not
uses it
looking to
every
go
day.
5 years
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. My son at the company, they use it for everything. So there's out of the box solutions. It's, to me, Jimmy, you can appreciate this probably a little, like you can talk about concrete all you want, but until you've poured it, until you've been out there in the rain, until you've gotten that mix exactly right, till you understand by just feeling it what 3,000 pound mix looks like, 3,000 psi, until you understand just doing it yourself, you just are not going to have the authority needed to become the expert on it unless you do it. And that's old school, probably boomer thinking, because for me, it's like I can talk about something that if I've done it a lot, I can talk about it with authority. If I haven't, then I just can't talk about it with authority. So for me, I got to be the nuts and bolts. That's how I learn, nuts and bolts side of it. And so everything, like they say, if you want to become a teacher, or you want to become learn something, become a teacher. Because once you become a teacher, you have to really learn it. You have to really put together a lesson plan. You really have to dissect it. That's just like pouring concrete. Once you do it, and you can repeat it, and all these variables are out there. A windier day, you know what you're going to do. A watery mix, you know what you're going to add. There's things, right? And for me, I got to touch it. I got to do it. That's just how I learn. So I'm enjoying this process, man. It's been freaking awesome. I'll probably break a few things, but that's why I'm sandbox. And the major thing that I studied before I even started this was the security piece. And by that, I mean, talk to you guys, but also went into Gemini and went into some AIs and really downloaded this and listened to what they were saying, how to be super, super safe. And even learning the things that I had to do and write it into the code was pretty. I learned something from it, and it was fun learning that stuff. What's your thoughts, Jim? AI agents. You're our programmer. You do all the.
I mean, kind of like what Dave said. I mean, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. There's tons of out of the box stuff out there. Everything that I've done in recent months have been very, specific. As far as developing the software package that I've been working on, and that's just for our card business. But whether it's AI agents or whether it's a piece of software that you just want to develop, the means is out there. You don't have to, no code. You don't have to do that. If there's an app that you want to use on your phone to, I don't know, pull the best price of rice in town. You can do that, and you can do it with ease. You just literally have to ask it. Like you're an amateur. I don't know anything about writing code. I'd like to make a app that checks the price of rice in town and tells me where it's the cheapest.
Or I'd like
need
to make a
know
dashboard
everything
for Billy
about
Goat Tales.
the back end, the front end, so on and so forth. And I mean, it'll spit it out. I mean, it will hold your hand the whole way. So don't be scared to try and do something, but don't replicate something that's already been done.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So like when I was using AI to help me create it, like one of the things it gave you as an option is to use external LLMs, like ChatGPT or Anthropic or whatever, or you can download your own LLM, so it doesn't have to go out there. Which mine was Olama. I used Olama and picked it, and I got the chance to use the chat, the Gemini, to check out. Like I never had heard of Olama before. Maybe people have, but I hadn't. So I was like, well, I've heard of ChatGPT, OpenAI for Grok. I've heard of
Yeah,
Anthropic.
Llama's the leading open source option.
Yeah. So, well, see, I didn't know that, Dave. So then you go down that rabbit hole for a few, probably for me an hour, just like, okay, what's the difference between this LLM and the other ones, and what's the pros and the cons, and just learning that stuff then allowed me to get to a point where I was like, well, to be safe and sandbox, I'm going to go ahead and download my own LLM. I got a new system. I got the room. And so every step I was learning using AI, like you're saying, Jimmy, to help me get there. But then once the AI did freak out a couple times where it was trying to solve a problem that was based on an older version than what I had downloaded, and I had to say, I was like, listen, rookie. I said, I'm a rookie. You're being a rookie right now. Did you even scan my system to see what version I'm on? Because the code you keep spitting out keeps giving me error messages. And he was like, oh, I apologize. I should have done that. Yeah. Oh, here's the problem. So the stuff it was giving me to spit out, and I would try to cut, paste, put it in there to create that. It wasn't working.
you definitely have to treat it like it's dumb too.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you get a portion of code working, just the way you want it to, right? I want it to do this, and then in an afterthought, I want to do X, Y, and Z. So you get that first part done, and then you tell the AI, lock this in as whatever the file name is. I mean, if I'm doing a website, this is my index.html file. Everything is working, lock it in. And when you tell it to lock it in, then, it's snapshotting that code as is, Then in my next prompt, I would say, based on index.html that we just locked in, I would like to do this additional thing while maintaining or while preserving the code that we already worked on. So I mean, you've got to, as smart as it is, it's dumb, so you really have to break it down, shapes and colors, and tell it very specifically what you want.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. And I just like going through that process. I think it's a cool process. Learned a lot. Can't wait to actually.
Yeah. And Billy, what's probably going to end up happening now that you've added your own LM, you're probably going to need to create your own specific LM, because all these LLMs that are already created, they're trained on all this other crap. We don't really want to train them on any of that. We really want to probably start training each specific agent on a specific task, whether that task is editing, whether that task is SEO, whether that task is building an app, whether that task is security checks. It just depends on what we're building it for. We're going to probably want to train each agent on our own data set that we can lead it out with, because being trained on everything in the world doesn't help us. It sends us into these death loops that we don't want to end up in.
Well, you
remember, that's why I'm holding back. I do think it's very beneficial the way that you and Red are diving in. I think that you guys have to do that. You got to go in, you got to hit your head, you got to get some stuff right, you got to have some wins, you got to have some losses, and then I think the wheels will start turning. And then you'll be like, oh, I see this this dumb thing, what its problem is. Oh, I get it. Yeah, these things aren't probably going to take over the world.
Yeah, it's like when Larry, our AI guy, Larry walked us through the different agents. So you have this agent does this agent does that. His is right on the money, man. It was like, and they even through the research, it shows that that's really what you just said is what you want them to do. Each agent really. So you have your main agent, but behind it, there's all these other agents that specialize in whatever that given task is. That's what they're really good at. That's what
Yeah.
they do.
And those agents don't need to know who the president was. Those agents don't
Right,
need to know what they're
right.
arguing about on Reddit or Twitter. They just need to know what's the nuts and bolts of their job. That's it.
How much memory did you give your AI, Billy? It has all the memory that is available on my system. So I gave it total memory. So I wanted it to be so one of the you could set it up. One of the options was if you're looking for other things but not memory, you could choose that, right? So I wanted the memory to be weighted. And so I set it up so the memory would be important to me. And that's what I think Dave's getting at. Like this particular one is going to be my general guy, and I'm going to have these other agents that are going to do these specific tasks behind them, right? But I need to learn. I had to touch it and feel it and build it, but I gave it as much as it could that was available, and it was important to me to do that. But it might not be for somebody else. Who? Julie.
Jules,
Hey,
what's up, Jules?
Jules are in here. Jules, good to see you. Come in to support the thing. Thank you, Julie. We appreciate you. We see you.
37 live viewers. We appreciate each and every one of you. I think YouTube has taken the lead tonight. Oh, nope. X has now come into the lead with 23 live viewers on X and 14 of you over here on YouTube. Good to see everybody. If you're over on the X, please come over to @BillyGoTells. We're almost done, but we would love to say hi to you in chat. We just can't see those X comments here in StreamYard.
Yeah, it seems like the second hour we always pick up a few viewers compared to the first hour. So I think at 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, so we already did market open, market close. So I guess our next segment is going to go straight into Jimmy Jim. Are we ready for that, Billy?
Did we do market close?
Well, we already did it. It happened already.
I know.
We just happened to do it accidentally, right? An hour ago.
Yeah.
We saw that big dump. Do we want to do it again or going on to Jimmy?
I think let's just quickly hit market close just to see where we're at. We're at snapshot for everybody before we get out.
All right, my mouse is frozen, so give me just a second.
Dave's mouse is frozen.
And there we go. And we're gonna go into where is it? Market close.
All right, DDT, pull up that Bitcoin chart. Let's see what's happening for market close.
Daddy on
Pull it up. Sorry, I just froze. I hung.
Oh, is that what it
should be there?
I can't pull it up, Dave, so I'm froze over here too.
YouTube's glitching, I think.
I can add mine and go into the chart. Let's go take a look. We had market close was earlier whenever DDT was telling us we got that big drop to the downside from 66.8 or so all the way down to 65.6 or so. We are still expecting a lower drop according to Darren and even myself in Confluence down to that value area low at the $65,000-ish area. But then I expect even after that, if we're going to get a reversal, we're going to need to deviate. We're going to need to see some sort of a bull div or some sort of a SFP, and then some sort of higher low before we turn it back to the upside. So we'll just have to wait and see. Did I get it for you, Darren?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Look at you guys. Just filling in the blanks for each other. Love that. All right, let's hit Jimmy's final thoughts.
90. And now to our on-the-spot correspondent, Jimmy.
Cards and Legos and cards. What is a handsome man like me supposed to do?
Jimmy Jim.
Jimmy Jim been putting out them 10K racks over there.
Yeah, we did have a pretty hefty week this past week. Well, wait. Okay. Oh wait, let's do it. That ain't worth a crap either. Can I move it? There we
Let me
go.
see.
I can do it that way, I guess. Got too much
That was
info
good.
going on here. Oh, let's try one more. Let's try
Jimmy
one
been
more.
busy.
Jim's just
There
he's
we
just
go.
setting the table right now for you guys. Wait till you hear this.
You got a kaboom.
Pay close attention to the man behind the curtain.
There we go.
Look.
All right. Yeah, so this past week we decided to open up some of these new Blez packs. The total, it won't even page. I don't have to move it manually. So you can see we this first card we had over here, we had a $999 buy, hit a card for $2,200, then bought another one for $500, and it was only valued at $200, lost on that one. Bought a stupid Pokemon card for $15, it was worth $6. And then I have to move it manually again. But
Jimmy, you're confusing us. How does this stuff work?
End result is we put 2810 in and we cashed out 1025.
Let's go.
And we did actually receive one of our cards. Come back to this. Actually, I pulled that one last night. That was out of the Currency 5 series. That was an out of 40, a little $200 card. Bring it down.
That's cool.
That one's FOMO,
That is cool, man.
but it was numbered 18 out of 40. Pretty much anything you get 50 or less in Currency 5, it's worth a couple. This one was worth a couple $100. As a matter of fact, I guess the camera's reversed. Hang on. I didn't realize that.
I can read it.
No, we see it. That's clear to us.
Yeah.
All right.
Or at least the screen, the card.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
that
now
was
it's
backward.
reversed. Now it's reversed, Jimmy. You had it right the first time, buddy.
Then that bad boy down there in the bottom left that I was just showing. This guy right here, the Victor Wembanyama Kaboom, bought in for $499. This was a $3,500 card that we were able to pull, and then we actually, that one showed up in the mail.
Nice.
Did it
A
show
really
up?
nice card. It's already
So that's one you
slabbed.
sent in for you sent that in so they could rate it?
No, so over here on this site, right, they
Yeah.
have different packs that you can buy at different values. You know, it could be a $15 pack, it could be a $1,000 pack, and it's like virtual, right? I mean, and you rip the pack open right there online, and when you rip it open and see what you get, it could be just a card in a one touch, it could be a card in a slab. I mean, it could be various things. But when you open it up, you got a choice. You can either send it back at 90% comps, which is actually pretty good, or you can just cash it out, or get the card itself, which is what I did in this case. I think Victor's probably going to be a good long-term play. So we went ahead and collected that card. I also have the Tom Brady auto out of 50. That was one of the other cards here in the picture. I bought the pack for $3.99, and that card was worth $37.50. The bottom right one there. That one will show up this week, and I'll probably sit on those for a little bit. See what happens. I mean, Brady's not going to go down. Victor's still playing, so we'll see how he does here over the next few. But it was a good week.
It sounds like it's great. Where you cost a couple grand, made 10 grand. I like that. I like that. So for people that don't know, like Jimmy Jim, co-founder of Billy Goat Tales, he has his own. He and his son has his own YouTube channel as well, which is Space City Breaks, and he's into these cards. He and his son, so you gotta go check that out. But he also is an author of a book.
Hi, Billy Goat Tales family.
Are you ready for a blockchain story with bits and blocks? Coming soon!
So we write children's books, and Jimmy is writing the third one, and it's coming soon this month. We'll have it out, and it's going to be our third children's book, crypto children's book in our Billy Goat Tales series. So we're excited about that. So Jimmy, you've been busy, brother.
All type of getting slapped in the face with a load of life too, you know.
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Lots going on. All right, fam. Well, we appreciate you guys spending some time with us on a Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you guys. Great to see 50 people. I mean, maybe we should move the stream back an hour, guys. I mean, it seems like the second hour we always get a lot more people coming in. But we appreciate you guys all. Thanks for stopping in. Anything else that I'm forgetting, Dave, on the promo side or anything like that? Well, don't forget on Tuesday, our X Space, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitter X. Check that out. It's going to be an interesting conversation. We had a great turnout last week. Hope to do.
Yeah, either they fix something over there on X, or we have a friend over there that shared us out, because X has definitely taken the lead and has tripled almost our YouTube viewers. So I think that something's going on. Either we have a friend over there on X, or they finally fixed the glitch in their system. And because we used to get a triple viewers on X, and then they dropped off to almost half. And so they might have fixed whatever they broke over there on X. So either way, we appreciate it over there on X. If you're watching us, we appreciate you. If you shared us out, we appreciate you. If it's just X fixing it, hey, we appreciate that too. So let's take one more word from the Billy Goat Tales channel, and then we'll be out of here.
Billy Goat Tales.
Billy Goat Tales.
Billy Goat Tales.
Billy Goat Tales.
What is your favorite YouTube channel?
Billy Goat Tales. Hashtag Givers Gain.
Find Billy Goat Tales on YouTube every Sunday. Hashtag Givers Gain.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for stopping in. We'll see you next week. Until then.
We are Billy Goat Tales.